my buddy Todd Fisher in this incredible museum. What is this exactly?
It's a half soundstage, half museum. And I think that pretty much amplifies how my life is.
Yes, his life has kind of been a living museum. His mom was Debbie Reynolds. His sister was Carrie Fisher. His dad was the famous singer Eddie Fisher. And he is a director and a producer and a DP and has been collecting some amazing things over the years.
My mom started collecting Hollywood memorabilia when I was just a kid, and she did costumes and a lot of cool things from all the great classic films from the silent era forward. And I realized when I was older that wouldn't it be cool to save some of the great cameras and lenses from that same era. And so that's in effect what I've been doing for the last 30 years, is saving and finding lenses and cameras and collecting them, and some of them are here and some of them are in a museum that we're doing in Los Angeles.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to take some of these classic lenses that have shot some of the most iconic films in film history and put them on the Blackmagic 4.6K Ursa Mini Pro and see how they perform. So let's take a look at a couple of these. So what have we got here?
Okay, so these lenses, there are actually two sets there, but this particular set is the set from The Godfather, a set of Super Baltar lenses.
So this is one of the lenses that Gordon Willis actually used to shoot The Godfather.
It is, and it was based in New York, and it's a Super Baltar made by Bosch alone. That was the quintessential lens of its day. Obviously has a very stylized look. It's a beautiful piece of glass. It's not made like a computerized piece of glass. I mean, this thing had personality all over it. And it was an art. I mean, look at the look of The Godfather. The movie has a specific look that everybody would say, oh yeah, that had a cool look.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's a real special lens.
So why don't we take this and let's go try it out on the new camera.
Try them on that Blackmagic camera of yours.
It'll be interesting. Let's see. So we've got a Zeiss Compact Prime on here. This is a very commonly used lens in the business nowadays, and we're going to put the Godfather lens on here. So this is quite a piece of history here.
Yes, indeed.
This is the Maltese Falcon Casablanca camera and lens, huh?
Right, out of Warner Brothers, first of 10 cameras delivered there. The lenses are Cooke Speed Pancros, and they're magical lenses, made many magical movies, and here it is rehoused by TLS. And so we have a modern cinema lens package with an old piece of glass, a classic piece of glass. Every cinema noir film ever made at Warner Brothers probably was shot through these lenses, through the eye of this lens.
We can take that same lens and put it on this camera.
We should put it on a Blackmagic cinema camera.
That's an excellent idea.
Excellent, let's do that.
This is one I'm very interested in. We're calling this the Stanley Kubrick lens.
Yes, this lens in its original form was a Clockwork Orange. It's a very wide lens designed in effect by Kubrick. It's a rehoused lens.
Look at this 9.8 millimeter.
Just a little wide. Wow. Also used later, you know, in The Shining, and it's almost a signature feel for Kubrick. The surreal, like, you know, when Nicholson is like losing his mind. You know, I mean, he was a foot away from the lens when they shot that. And you know, those hallway scenes and Clockwork Orange when, you know, he's attacking that guy in the house. I mean, you know, all of that was even more enhanced and gave a greater feel because of this wide-angle lens.
So one thing interesting about this lens is that it is borderline fisheye lens, but it doesn't have the distortion that you would expect from a fisheye. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to look on our camera. That is quite amazing. All right, let's select this one, please. When you look at how close the camera is and see what that frame is, it's amazing.
And she's not distorted.
No, not at all.
Even the stuff that's off isn't that wacky. Like, this is not wacky.
No.
The blooming effect is kind of unique.
I like that, actually.
Even over here. This is going to be the Jack Nicholson I'm losing my mind shot. And I'm going to tell you I'm losing my mind by the weirdness of this picture.
Lean into the lens one time, just lean up really close. Lean really close, like up in there. Yeah. Do it again and stay there this time, okay?
I'm losing my mind.
So if you remember in The Shining in particular, Nicholson is like really close to these cameras, and you know, he's starting to have that spaced out effect. You know, he was like, remember he was starting to lose it? Well, this lens helps you lose it, I think, especially up at this angle. But with enough light on the set, they were able to achieve massive depth of field as well. I mean, look at the width of this thing. I mean,
I really want one of these. Think anybody will notice? So, we've done the tests. What's your verdict?
I say that the old lenses are essential tools in creating beautiful artistic images, especially stylized images, especially when you want to make a period piece. I mean, making a movie, a period movie, I think requires period lenses. You know, it's just a piece, it's just another tool.
Did you have a favorite one? Because I do.
I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but you know, I think the Kubrick lens is one of my favorites by default because it's so unusual.
That is my favorite. Yeah, 9.8, and you'd think that's a crazy fisheye, yet it's not. It's just a really fun, interesting lens. I don't think I'd want to shoot an entire feature with. Or maybe I should, though. That would be kind of
Actually, it might work, especially these days where people are shooting in the strangest formats. The entire thing, it would be very, very reality sense. Because, you know, your eyes, like right now, I see him and I see you and I see a guy over here. And that lens is like that. It has massive peripheral. Makes Cinerama look like a walk in the park.
So I think the takeaway is that these lenses, even though some of them are coming up on almost 100 years old, they can give you a look that you just can't get any other way. Even as fine as new lenses are, these are unique. These have unique characteristics, unique personality. Glass is really important.
It is.
Thanks, man.
All right, buddy.
That was fun.
Thank you, Jody.